So welcome back. I want to remind you guys that we started this section 8.1, 8.2. We started when we didn't have the computer, right? I was locked out. It turns out that it was just some random pop-up. It had nothing to do with any sort of virus or anything. So my computer, I could have used it for that day and a half anyway. Okay? Now, this is the front page. Okay? So we were looking at comparing rates. And remember, the rates depend on whatever you're actually doing. We talked about the grocery store usually being in per 100 grams for a lot of the vegetables and produce and stuff like that. Um, Sometimes they're in kilograms or money per kilogram, but a lot of times most of the rates, if it's for cost, is money on top per something on the bottom, per pound, per ton, per whatever, per actual number of pears or kiwis or whatever it is. So you've got to remember when you're expressing a rate, the units are as important as the numbers. Okay? So if you don't write the units down, your answer isn't complete, right? Now, I think we were somewhere around here, solving rates in many different ways. Is that where we were? Okay. So we've got 17 kilograms of potatoes, and they cost $26.80. Determine the cost of 5 pounds of potatoes. Okay. Round your answer to the nearest cent. So what would you do here? We could figure out 17 kilograms. Could we change that into pounds? Yeah, you could use your conversion factors from grade 10, right? Remember, 1 pound, no, 1 kilogram is equal to 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. You guys remember these conversions? Did you guys do line equals line conversions with him? You wrote down your conversion factor. You wrote down what you were given. So I'm given 17 kilograms. And I want to know X amount of pounds, right? So what you do? You cross multiply. I get X kilograms, no, X pounds is equal to 17 times 2.2. 17 times 2.2, someone's got to help me here. Good, 37.4. Now this answer is in pounds. So we know 37.4 pounds, how much does that cost? Costs the same as 17 kilograms, right? So if it costs the same as 17 kilograms, it's going to cost you $26.80. So I can take this 37.4 pounds and I can divide it by 26.84. Do we want to divide by the money or divide by the pounds? Why? We want to divide by the pounds because it'll give you the cost per pound, and that's what we want to know, the cost for 5 pounds, but we'll start for the cost per pound, right? So let me take this 37.4 pounds and put that underneath, and I'm going to do $26.84 divided by 37.4, and we get, sorry, it's not 84, 26.80. My goodness. 26.80 divided by 37.4. Jocelyn? 0.7165. Now what does this actually give us? The money per pound, right? The question asked us, what's the cost of 5 pounds? Good. So this is the cost for 1 pound. If you need the cost for 5 pounds, you're going to take this answer and you're going to multiply it by 5. Okay? So if we times it by 5, $3.58 per 5 pounds. And is it okay that I put 5 pounds underneath? Right, because that really means that slash means per, right? So it costs $3.58 for every 5 pounds, right? And usually, where's my co-op kids? 5-pound bags, 10-pound bags, right? So usually, sometimes you have 5-pound bags, 10-pound bags, but usually you get cheaper as you go up in your poundage, right? If you take a 10-pound bag, you're going to pay less per pound, right? So let's look at another thing here. It takes 3 hours and 26 minutes to fill 3,200 liters of a water tank. Determine the time in hours and minutes it takes to fill 2,600 liter tank. Okay? Round your answer to the nearest minute. So when we think about this, you guys, is it going to be more time or less time to fill the second tank? Less, right? Because you're filling a smaller tank. So you're assuming you're putting the tap on at the same rate, and it's going to take you less time. How much time? What would you do? Oh, it's hard to come back on a Tuesday morning after Christmas break. You're going to have to do the line equals line. Now, here's one thing. When you're dealing with time and you're doing this line equal line thing, you have to change it either all to minutes or all to hours. Okay? So this has hours and minutes. If you're going to do a line equals line kind of conversion, and any kind of conversion really, your time should either all be in minutes or all be in hours. Okay? So in a special case where you're dealing with time, you have to convert it into one or the other. So you can do it a couple different ways. Do you guys like minutes because then you don't have decimals, or do you like hours? You have to go back and put it back into hours and minutes, right? So what I like to do is I change my hours into minutes. How many minutes are in 1 hour? 60. So in 3 hours, there's 180, right? So 3 hours is 180 minutes, and I'm going to add 26 minutes. So that gives me 206 minutes to fill that 320 liters, right? So now we can jump into that line equals line thing Cheyenne was talking about, right? Oh, Jocelyn was talking about. Okay. So what can we do? What would we write? 206 minutes over 3,200 meters or liters is equal to X minutes over 2,600 liters. Okay? So then we do our cross multiplication and the division. So we actually get 206 times 2,600 divided by 3,200 will give us our X amount of minutes, right? 167 point. Okay. Is everyone okay there? Okay. Now, we've got 167 minutes, basically, because it says to round to the nearest minute. But does it want its answer only in minutes, or does it want it in hours and minutes?